network ACL. So in the cloud, there are two checkpoints, I can say. There are two checkpoints, there are two layer of security you can prepare. Okay, so one is a security group which we bind to the instances, right? The instances can go either inbound or outbound. What is inbound and outbound? So the server, this is my machine. Okay, so I'm able to access the internet. See, this is I'm able to access the Google, right? So it means I'm going outbound. Okay, and what is inbound means you are able to reach to my machine via some RDP or some SSH session. So that is something inbound connection, right? So those can be controlled from the security group. Okay, that those can be controlled by a security group. And the network ACL, which we were discussing yesterday, it is come before the security group. It is actually binded towards a routing table. Okay, so what we did yesterday. So let's do one thing. Let me prepare the same lab again. Okay, so what we are going to do is today's task is we will create one VPC. Okay, then one public subnet, and we'll create one EC2 instance in that, and we will open the security group. Okay, so what we want to see is we will open the security group and we will control our EC2 via network ACL. Okay, so this is the first layer of security, and the security group is the second layer. So we will try to see, because we have seen controlling our EC2 via security group via inbound and outbound rules. Okay, but today we will see about the network ACL. Okay, and meanwhile, okay, to prepare this lab, again I need to create the VPC, I need to create the routing table, I need to create the internet gateway, and those things. Okay, so let's look at here. So what we are going to do, the first thing, okay, let this come. That or I don't know.
Prepare one VPC. Okay, in the VPC we created two subnets. One is private, one is public. One public subnet, one private subnet. And what we have taken two AZs, data centers. This is one data center A, this is data center B. Okay, and we VPC. Okay, VPC is nothing but we have given a CIDR. CIDR is nothing but a complete subnet, 10.0.0.0/16. Okay, and this is the we have taken two subnets and we split that subnet into 10.0.0.1.0/24, and this one was 10.0.1.0/20, not this one, 2./24. Okay, so this is the public subnet, and this was the private subnet. And what we did, okay, so when you create any EC2 instance in any of the this is called availability zone. Availability zone is nothing but the data center. Let's say this is one data center, this is another data center. So this is a EC2 instance which you created. Okay, so what will happen, this EC2 instance, if they want to reach to internet, you need to have create another internet gateway. Okay, internet gateway, this is what you want. So this is to reach to external world, you need the internet gateway. So here we required another thing called, that is called IGW, internet gateway. Okay, so VPC, for VPC is nothing but our complete network. Okay, under that VPC we create availability zones, that is nothing but the subnets. Okay, subnets, and we have IGW. Now the next very important thing from networking point of view, that is a routing table. You need a two routing table here. Okay, routing table is something RT, I can say RT and RT. So what is this routing table? Is a routing table to who can go out and who can come in. So all this, if you don't have a routes, you cannot reach to that destination. Okay, so by default the entire VPC subnet will be in the routing table by default. So if you want to go to internet, let's say this machine, okay, this EC2 instance want to access the internet, then you need to have a default route here, 0.0.0.0. 0 is nothing but it is called it is used for internet. So this 0 we need to point to the IGW. So then what will happen when you prepare an instance, so this instance will via routing table, it will come to routing table. Routing table will see where you want to go. You want to go to Google, so Google is nothing but it comes under 0.0.0. So it will just point it to just go to IGW. So IGW will take this instance to the internet. Okay, so this is outbound traffic, it is going outbound. Okay, and suppose someone if suppose this is a web server, you have hosted some URL here on the cloud, and someone from internet want to access that. So it will it will come here and it will access. So this will be inbound traffic. Okay, but wait a minute, this outbound and inbound, now no one can go directly and no one can come directly to the instances. Before that there are something called security group here. First this is the, okay, before security group, one second. If you want to, this is actually the optional, if you want to use this network ACL. So network ACL is the first layer of security. Network ACL. Okay, so here we define which subnet can go to internet, which subnet cannot go to internet, who can what are the public IP addresses can enter into your VPC. You can whitelist the stuffs inbound and outbound. So it is a first layer of security, and once they cross, then they need to again cross the second layer of security, that is called security group. Okay, that is called security group. Okay, so this is what, and let's say you don't want okay, let's say this is the private subnet. Okay, when we say a private and public, what does it mean? Public means the place, the instances which are hosted to the public, to the general internet. So if anyone want to access some that application, they are coming from the internet. So you need to have the you need to open ports here. Let's say 443. Your application is hosted on port 443. Application hosted on port 80. So you need to open that rule. So it should be allow here, and then from security group also it should be allow. Then they can access. But the private subnet, it is something in our private server. Let's say our Active Directory servers, our authentication internal authentication server database. So these servers will be in the private zone. Okay, private availability zone. So for this you don't require outbound connection, sorry, inbound connection. Why? Because we are not expecting, we don't want anyone to come from internet and access our Active Directory server, right? So what they want, but still this private server required internet access, right? Even though, like, from within AWS, okay, or within AWS, or this is your office, let's say this is your head office, okay. So our head office will connect to, this is our head office, okay, and this is our AWS cloud, okay. So our head offices will connect to the cloud like this. So now you will ask me how how we are going to connect to the cloud from physical office to AWS cloud. So yes, there are multiple methods. Okay, what are those methods? Either you can connect via VPN, either you can connect via direct connect. We will discuss on this in coming lectures. Direct connect, okay. And what else, yeah, these are the two methods we have. So we can use this method. So what will happen, so when you say a private, so let's say you are sitting in your office, physical office, okay, infrastructure of. So from here, from this machine, if you want to access the cloud server, so you are going from this connection, and you can access this one, okay. But someone internet, when we say the internet, this is dangerous, okay. So we should not open anything into from the internet, only the specific thing. Let's say you have some business, okay, some, let's say, some marketing business or something, some advertising business. So those businesses, so you are expecting some internet customer to be access your web server or something. So they can come here via, and so that's what we segregated them. So what we do, we clearly define, this is our public, this is our private, okay. So this private servers, they can, this is called internal traffic. Why? Because this guy is also your trusted IP, this guy is also your trusted IP. So they both can talk to each other, they can access, they can share the data, but not this one. So that's the difference in the public and the private, okay. And one more thing, this, for these instances which are in private zone, they want internet. Why? Because let's say you have Apache server, you have Windows server, you have Linux server. So the Linux servers, they need some updates from the cloud. Their Windows updates required internet connection, right? So you can use. Yesterday we were discussing. There is another option, okay, called NAT gateway. So what the NAT gateway will do is, okay, and this NAT gateway you can map to the private routing table. IGW you are mapping to public routing table. Why? Because you are expecting internet traffic, but here in the private zone you are not expecting internet traffic. You require just outbound connection. You mean this guy can go to internet, okay, and get some data, okay. So that's, in that case we will use a NAT gateway. So this guy can go to internet and get some data. But here you are not, we are not expecting anything coming from outside. Why? Because NAT gateway will not allow that. It is it is just like a internet. Right now I have a internet, okay, that's why I connected to Zoom, and you all connected to the Zoom, and we are like sharing the information. right? So this is what the NAT gateway is. So till like yesterday, since like few classes, we were looking the chapter called VPC, okay, which is nothing but the complete network part of the AWS. So VPC, virtual private cloud, okay. In that, what we have seen, the first thing is we created the VPC. VPC creation. Next, you need to create subnets. Under that VPC, create subnets. And each subnet you can assign to multiple zones. Okay, like North Virginia. Okay, in North Virginia you have multiple availability zones. Okay, so you can assign each availability zone a different subnets. Okay, next what we did, we can use a subnet, then we use a routing table. Okay, routing table, public routing table, private routing table, we can separate that. This public subnet should go to public routing table, private subnet should go to private routing table. Okay, next, IGW, we need IGW, internet gateway, to access the internet. Then we want NAT gateway also, okay, just to access the private. And the next one is nothing but, in the same VPC section, one more thing will come, that is called network ACL, right? Network ACL, and I can say network ACL versus security group. Why? Because this both will control your traffic. Network ACL, it is controlling directly a subnets, okay, which is nothing but the first layer of security. And the security group, it will be mapped to your instances. Okay, it will map to your instances. Okay, so this is what the whole picture we had. So we twice yesterday we were trying to create this, like we were here till IGW, and what we did, we created VPC, subnet, routing table, IGW, and then we created instance. Okay, what we did, we created this EC2 instance, okay, in the public subnet, and we were able to RDP to this one. Okay, we access this one, and we also tested when we try to access, because this private subnet don't have a public IP address, so you cannot reach to the you cannot access that. But we can access that from, once you do the RDP to this public server, from this server to this server you can do the RDP. We tested that, and we tested the IGW. We were testing the NAT, and suddenly the power went down, and that lab got disturbed. So NAT is nothing but you the same like a IGW. So you just need to bind that NAT to the routing table, okay, and then you can access. And the lastly, the network ACL versus security group. This is what I need some good time for this one. So we'll see this lab mostly tomorrow, because I required, this lab is little bit lengthy, so it required 1 hour. We need to build everything from the scratch. Okay, so this is what. So VPC, and before this, what we did in EC2 instances. So in AWS cloud, we have multiple chapters. Okay, so EC2. So before reaching to the VPC, we started with the EC2. In the EC2 instances, what we have seen. Okay, this is just a recap. Okay, just a recap. The first thing, we created the instances. Windows instance. Okay, then we created Linux instance. Okay, now what is instance in the AWS? they called a machine as an instance. Okay, it means a Windows server and the Linux server. Next, we have seen AMI. What is AMI? Amazon um, image. So what we will do is Amazon, they will provide instance. Okay, you need to pick the image and install into put it into that instance, so the machine will get ready. So we have seen the AMIs, right? Then there is something called when we build a server, so it required EBS. EBS is nothing but the hard drives, C drive, D drive, right? In your laptop, in your computer, you will have a C drive, D drive. So hard disk will be there. So in this is all are the elastic. Okay, now what is in the elastic? So you can mold, like you can add the drives, you can remove the drives, you can modify the drives. So let's say today you have 100 GB. So within a fraction of second you can move to the 150 GB, right? We have seen the backup, like there is nothing but the snapshots of snapshots of your EBS as well as EC2. You can take the backup, right? Next, we have seen the like in uh, adding and modifying e- modifying EBS. EBS is nothing but your hard drives. How to let's say today you have C drive only. So in your server you want to add the D drive. Then how easy it is in the Amazon. So immediately you can increase. So as per your requirement, you can use that EC2 instances. Okay, it's and the costing will be charged based on your usage. Okay. Then next is we have seen a security group. Security group. What is security group? So security group will be mapped to your servers. Okay, it will be mapped to your servers, and you can who can from the server what inbound and what outbound traffic will come. So that we have seen. So this is what we learned so far. Okay. So
You make
what?
CloudWatch also.
Sorry.
CloudWatch.
Sorry. Sorry, Sisi. I forget one thing. So we have seen CloudWatch. Okay, CloudWatch, it is not come here. It is actually a separate topic. So okay. So what we learn one more thing was when we build a server. Okay, when we build a server, so we need some type of monitoring, right? So in our real time offices, if you have a server here, okay, if you have a server here, so there is some tools we use like SolarWinds or Manage Engine. So what they will do, there will be a team will be sitting here that is called a NOC team, Network Operational Control Team. So what they do, they work in 24 by 7 shift, and they keep track of what node is went down, what is the CPU utilization, is the server went down, is the network switch went down. So they will take care of that. So SolarWinds or management, they will they do keep a track of like a ping. They will keep pinging the devices and check the health check. Similarly, in AWS, there is something called the replacement of those technologies. There is something called CloudWatch. Okay, CloudWatch. CloudWatch is something. So it will keep track of CloudWatch, and also we have seen SNS, simple notification services. So what is this? CloudWatch is something. If suppose you build a server and you left. If suppose this server CPU utilization going high or the server is went down, so immediately what will happen? The CloudWatch will get an alarm. Okay, alarm will come, and this alarm will push the SNS, simple notification service. So immediately you will get an email or you will get an alert that this server, this instance is went down. Okay, so this is what it was related to this one. So we have touched this chapter as well. So far we are on this stage. So Now, like yesterday, one second, guys. Okay, so yesterday I was talking with Nazim. So he said he stuck somewhere here, Linux instance. So even I think Salman bhai also he not yet started the VPC. Okay, so that's what. So as I told, like if you stuck somewhere, just let me know in the next class. So like when we start, we can fix that. Otherwise, if you stuck here, let's move for the next lab. Okay, do the next lab and move forward. So like that is what. So EC2 or Amazon is something we have long way to go. Okay, n number of labs are there. If you stuck in this initial stage only, then how you are going to do this? Because this particular this this network ACL or this IGW, these labs are one of the biggest lab. If you stuck here only, then how we can move forward? If you're and this VPC, how to create the VPC, just go to the YouTube and you can see thousands of videos there available. You no need to attend this class. Okay, how to create the routing table, they will tell you. Okay, but now my objective is like when you need to spend some time, 1 hour for the practice. I know it will be difficult to see, everyone is busy, but when we want to if you want to learn, if you want to make a magic, then you need to come out of your comfort zone, right? If you want if you just stick with, no, I will just take this class, I will complete this class on the mobile, then this class will not help you. This class is totally practical based from day one, I'm telling. If you are attending this class in the mobile, just taking the knowledge, then this knowledge is useless. Why? Because knowledge is fine, but without, if you don't practice how to create the VPC, how to create the instances, how to take this backup, how to do this monitoring and all, then how you're going to interview for this, how you're going to perform in the jobs, right? So please don't go for theoretical. Start with the lab. Give at least 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour for the class, 1 hour for the lab. Do the, because going forward we are having some bigger labs. Okay, and let me also just open what is called console, because I think Nitika is there,
Yeah.
so let me just show her. One second. Console. We will just review the console. 1 second. I'm just sharing my screen. Another screen. 1 second.
Will I get the access to the lab also, or
Yeah. Yes. We will set up your because AWS has you need to create your account.
Okay.
So we will create your account. Okay.
Also, you told you have the recorded videos, right? Where have
Yeah.
you uploaded those videos
Sure.
so I can watch it
Sure.
once?
We will share you. We have a
Yeah.
one WhatsApp group.
Okay.
Salman will add you into that
Yeah.
group, and we'll share you the YouTube link
Okay,
as well.
fine. Hmm.
Okay. So 1 second. So I'm just looking here. Where is it? Just want you to show once console.
Okay.
How the console is. Okay, so I'm just sharing my screen back. Okay, are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, I'm able to see it.
Okay, fine. So this is what this is called Amazon AWS console. Okay, this is a public, and you can just you need to create your account. Okay, once you created the account, so in the right side you will see these are the regions. So Amazon has multiple regions like this. The first four regions are the US regions: US East 1, US East 2, then West 1, West 2. So multiple region is nothing but in every region they will have multiple data centers. Okay, what is the data centers? We will, I think we will take a backup
Okay.
class, and in that we can discuss that.
Hmm.
And this for the America. Then in the Asia Pac, this many regions are there. So if you want to host, if suppose you are Indian based organization,
Hmm.
okay, and Indian based organization and your customers also Indian, then just use this Mumbai.
Okay.
Okay, so the it's the nearest one. So the Let Servers website in the Ohio or North Virginia, they have given you option, just choose here, so that it will be less latency and you can control it very well.
Okay.
If you multinational organization where you have customers, your business is worldwide, like a Wipro, so they can host the their servers or their network in multiple countries, like in North Virginia or then in Asia Pac, similarly in the Europe side, they can host here. So Hyderabad will also come. Coming, AWS region is coming. So very big site is opening here. So that is also one thing. So these are the regions called the regions. And when you go to the services, okay. So in the services, these many services Amazon provide. Okay,
Yeah.
some new
Hmm.
services coming here. You cannot say here every day new technologies are integrating with the AWS. So long way to go. Okay, but
Hmm.
to be start, so what they did is they all the services they segregated in multiple stuff. Let's say compute. So in the compute, like EC2, Elastic Bench, Lambda. So these are some services. Similarly, in the machine learning, see they have all the machine learning stuff
Yeah.
they prepare here. Container is the next generation. Actually, the container will replace many things in the future. So you will see that storage, like storage S3 bucket and all, they come here. Similarly, management and governance, how you are going to, like CloudWatch. We just talk about the CloudWatch, like your monitoring stuff, your service stuffs, your
Hmm.
logging stuffs will come into here. Similarly, if you come down the network part, see the
Hmm.
networking and content delivery, the VPC, CloudFront, and these are come in the network part. And when you move to the security, when you talk about security, so for the security, identity and compliance, they have these all services. So
Okay.
IMA roles, okay, you will have roles. Then you have AWS network firewall, you have security hub, you have WAF policies, direct services, certificate manager, key management services.
Hmm.
So these all are the security stuffs.
Hmm.
So when we say like you cannot like I never saw anyone who know each and everything, because they what
Hmm.
they did is this separated stuff. Let's say for machine learning, if someone want to do a machine learning, they can touch this one. But we are not going to touch that, because that is something different. This blockchain, even I don't know what is this. Satellite, even I don't know. But there are some like basic stuffs, or because every day things are coming and new things are coming. So
Yeah.
in our infrastructure day to day, like in organization, what the services going on, and what the security stuffs going on, so those things we are going to see. Okay, like S3 buckets and the Lambda functionality, and the CloudWatch, and from the security side, the firewalls and these things. These all things we'll see. Logging stuffs. Okay, those things we will see. So in quick stuff, if I go to the EC2, just I'm going to one service. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just going to one service, and here you can see how many, like when you go here, so you will see here in the left side, in one service you have this many features. In one service, this many features.
Oh, that's a lot.
Okay, yeah, it's a big thing. So even if you want to just finish the EC2 in the detail, it will take maybe 3 to 4 weeks to
Oh,
touch each and every lab how to do this. Okay, because can you see the new means something new came, something
yeah.
new added here, right?
Hmm.
So this is what. So instances, if you want to launch, and in the dashboard you can see right now I'm here, I'm in the North Virginia, so I have availability zone.
Hmm.
Okay, 6 availability zones here. Okay,
Yeah.
availability zone is nothing but data centers.
Okay.
Okay, so we will discuss more, and maybe because right now we we are on the we are looking into the another stuff that is called VPC.
Yeah.
So
So you've done
yeah, so we
EC2,
will,
or have you
yeah,
covered EC2? Okay.
yes, EC2 is covered,
Okay.
but we'll see that again.
Sure.
We will see that again, because I think still some challenges are with some students, so we can um, take the backup classes. And but what we'll do is we'll parallelly will look the VPC, because VPC is something, it is uh, purely a network part. Okay, and like how to build a network in the cloud. Okay, so those stuffs are here. So let's say your VPC, subnet, routing table, internet gateway. Okay, elastic IPs. Okay, and then the NAT gateways, and after this, and here the security, the network ACL and the security group. Okay, and then after this part, these things are how to connect your offices to the AWS cloud. So those stuffs are here, VPN and the transit gateway. So this is something theoretically we can say, because this I don't have office to show you how to connect the AWS to this one, but the steps at least we should aware with that, like how we are actually connecting this one. So we will complete this part as well. So our VPC will be done, EC2, and then we can see the EC2 again. Then we'll move to the next service. Then we have S3 bucket, the storage. Okay, then we have a DNS or Route 53, the Route 53, that is another service. Then we have what is called cloud. What is called? I'm forgetting. So we have multiple services to go forward. And similarly, in the security stuff, we have IAM. So identity and access management, and then loggings are there, and like how to secure the stuffs and all. Then key management, many things are there. So long way to go. So right now, I think you directly came to this place. Okay, so so I gave you the background where we are actually. So let's Salman, what we'll do, let's finish next 2 days, let's finish our this stuffs, VPC.
Sure.
Okay, we need to touch this.
Should I attend the next 2 days classes, or should I see this here? I can attend, right?
Yes,
Okay.
you can. And what we'll do, we will I will talk to the other students as well. If they want, we can spend some more time here as well, but not in that detail, because I will share the that YouTube link to
yeah, just
Nitika,
share it to me
so
so I can watch it in my free time.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
So have some patience, because this is something very new. Okay, and you know, there are some that's what I told, if someone is already working in the offices, some infrastructure, so they will understand very quickly what is the cloud. So I'm showing a comparatively stuff. But right now, in your case, you don't have experience from the office. So directly you want to learn this one. Okay,
Mm.
so it will take a little bit of time. Okay, so have some patience, and you need to spend some time. Okay, as your student, you need to do your study as well as you need
Yeah.
to but at least 1 hour is enough after the class,
Okay, sure.
just to do the hands on,
Mm.
so that will be fine.
Sure.
Okay, so today we'll stop here,
Yeah.
and tomorrow we'll see,
Tomorrow what time?
we'll continue. Yeah, sure. Tomorrow 11:30 actually. The class
11:30.
is 11:30. Yeah,
Okay.
11:30.
Mm.
Elastic timing.
Perfect, perfect. So, Salman bhai, actually, my laptop is misbehaving, and I'm
Hey,
struggling for that.
I'm giving me to
And
get idea, plus or minus 15 minutes here and there.
Okay, fine.
yeah. So we have a flexibility. We are. It is not a hardened rule,
Okay.
but um, actually, I'm flexible. Even if Saturday, sometime we can take 2 hours, or sometime we finish it in 1 hour. So
Mm.
it is flexible. And until and unless, like if one lab, if you ask me 2 times, 3 times, I'm ready to do so, because
Sure.
I don't want to move, because this is not something like ongoing course. This is an on demand course.
Mm.
You want to learn, I want to teach. This is on the that basis, and the training is my passion. Okay, so
Okay.
I teach trainings for this is my passion.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
and I like this. So we'll see. And if you can